What's up, YouTube? Wanted to come on and do a review of the SF YoYos. SF. Got this a couple days ago and did an unboxing. So if you don't, check that out if you haven't yet. But so this is the SF YoYos SF. This is one of those yo-yos that kind of comes in super limited drops and is pretty tough to get if you're not sitting there ready to get it. It's pretty much gone in 2 or 3 minutes after the drop. So, wanted to see what all the hype was about and picked one up. So let's get right into the specs here. Now these are from SF's site here. So the diameter is 56 millimeters. The width is 42 millimeters. The gap width is 4.45 millimeters. The axle length is 8 millimeters, and it is 64.4 grams in weight. Now, all that being said, don't really know much else about it. As the SF site says, you know, no ridiculous description, it's a yo-yo. That being said, it's a smooth yo-yo. It's nice. Let's talk about the shape and the bead blasting a little bit. So, as you can see, it's very matte finish. This finish is super duper matted. Probably one of the nicer matted finishes that I've ever had the opportunity to kind of touch and play with as far as that's concerned. Very consistent, very nicely blasted or anodized or however it comes. It's, in fact, it's so like kind of matted that it actually sort of, the string that it came with, it kind of, where the angle kind of hits, and I'll show you where that is in the yo-yo once I take it apart, it kind of sawed the string in half and it started to fray and like break a little early. I was like, oh, like I'd only been playing with the string for like 30 minutes maybe, and I needed to change it out. So maybe just the first one, because this one seems to have lasted a little bit longer, so maybe just kind of needed to, it hadn't been thrown very much, maybe it just needed to kind of wear in right where the string rubs next to the pad and stuff. So anyway, that's that. As far as how it is, if I could throw it straight, it is very, very smooth. I mean, pretty much no vibe at all. Kind of smooth. I wouldn't, I'd put its smoothness up there. It's smoother in my opinion than like a Yo-Yo Factory or anything like that would be. It's very like, but it's still like not there smooth, but it's like kind of, sort of, and it probably has a lot to do with the bearing. It's sort of like, it kind of feels like sharp smooth, like like razor sharp, like razor smooth, sort of is probably a good way to describe it. It's not like silent, like and you throw it and it's silent. As far as the shape is concerned, I mean, it's just basically kind of not a whole lot going on. It's just a V shape, with the kind of rounded off edges. Very comfortable to hold. A lot of V shapes I feel like get too extreme and they become like sort of clumsy to hold. This is not that way. Everything is kind of nicely rounded over a little bit and just sort of sits in your hand nice. The only thing that I kind of compare it to a little bit is if it's very similarly sized and shaped, although this has a step, to the Aldi Orbis. So very similar size and shape, although the Orbis plays differently, but they're both similar weights and sizes and stuff. So it is what it is. Now, for having such a light yo-yo, it does kind of have a good bit of kind of a chunkier rim, like, so it's pretty stable. I'd say it's more stable than the Orbis is. But being so light, I think you do, it's 64.4 grams, I think you do sacrifice spin time just a little bit. It doesn't spin, I mean, I'm kind of used to like bigger, I've been playing a lot of bigger yo-yos lately, so I feel like spin times are a lot bigger, a lot better on those. This one being kind of light and just a little smaller, sacrifice a little bit of spin time, but it still spins pretty well. I feel like once it starts to die, it doesn't. It's not a gradual. It's a very quick like. But I think you get that with lighter yo-yos, which is what this is. So the cup size. The cup is kind of just huge, not specifically designed for finger spins or anything like that, but you could certainly do them. I can't do them in this yo-yo because I'm not very good at them, but that doesn't mean that anybody else couldn't. So on the string, it's very nimble, and I'll see if I can show what I mean here. Like, it's very effortless to kind of throw around and catch and stuff. It's got a really big catch zone, which is cool, and so easy to toss around on the string. It's very nimble and easy to catch. So let's talk about the construction a little bit, because I can really only say my observations, because they don't really get into it so much. As far as the construction is concerned, we've got the little axle there, and pads. My pads, I've heard a lot of other guys that have reviewed this say that theirs binds really tight. Mine, it might be something to do with these pads, and I might have to work them in a little bit more. Mine, the binds are not as snappy. It probably has something to do with these pads, and maybe it's just because of the color they wanted to match the pad. Maybe different pads come in different ones. Mine's not as snappy, but I don't necessarily think that means a whole lot, and it's not like it's bad. It's just different. This looks just like a standard center track bearing, but it's really smooth. Like, I don't know if it's like just maybe a 10-ball version or something that's really smooth, or they lube them before they send them, or what. But it came smooth, and it's been smooth, and it spins it spins quietly, and it spins like I said, it's got that like sharp like whoosh sound. So kind of cool. Now, the construction, the way that it's kind of built and what I paid for it, they're $50 new, and at least for the solid colors. It seems to me like these are built in China and then QC'd and assembled in America. Probably, it's a small operation, so. But that's just, I could be wrong. Maybe they're made in America. I don't know. But it certainly seems like they're probably built in China and then QC'd and assembled in America. That being said, their QC is, at least for this one, is phenomenal. Super smooth. Everything lines up nice. Everything looks good. So, whatever they do to QC them and make sure a good package goes out, they certainly do that. And for the, it's pretty easy to see why they sell out so quick, because they're pretty cool. But, definitely a neat addition to the collection. Like I said, not something I could really compare a lot of others to. It's pretty, it's a relatively simple design, but at the same time, it's kind of different from everything else. I don't have a whole lot of yo-yos that play and feel like this. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Do you have an SF? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Cheers to you. I will see you next time.